Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Sometimes I give myself the creeps. Sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm cracking up. Am I just paranoid? Am I just stoned?
Welcome to the Jim Reith Show podcast, episode 47. Actually, this is the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.
That's right, we're unleashed.
47. The Yahoo of the Week was very, very difficult because there were so many to choose from. But we like to try to keep it as local as we can. And so the Yahoo of the Week goes to, and I don't want to minimize what happened, but this is the guy at the lakeside shooting, right, in the hall there. The one guy that they captured shot himself in the leg, or shot himself. I don't even know if it was in the leg. He shot himself accidentally, and that's how they captured him. The other guy got away, unfortunately. So he's the Yahoo of the Week. Jesus, how do you shoot yourself when you're trying to shoot? I know when they went in there shooting, which was awful.
Do we find out why they were
I don't know.
doing
It was something with a beef. There was some kind of beef between people and whatever. So I don't know. So he's the Yahoo of the Week. He's probably the Yahoo of the Year. And our good guys, or our positive story, won't connect with everyone. But I think it's kind of cool because for the first time in 7 years, Radiohead is going to tour. I kind of like them. So they're an acquired taste, but I kind of like them. So they're the positive story of the week that they're
going to. I can't wait
to
try to get tickets for that.
Yeah, no. Imagine when. Here's my prediction, by the way. Taylor Swift is the Super Bowl halftime show, and she announces her new tour then with the new album, right? Because she already dropped the album. Did she drop the album?
The album comes out October 13th, maybe.
Oh, that might be too late for them. That's 2 months later. Well, she'll be in the middle of her tour, and she'll do the Super Bowl. They're not going to get married at the Super Bowl, okay? Come on. They're going to go somewhere ultra gigantic rich. And
this might be his last season, too.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, he's on the downside of his career.
Yeah.
He's been a great player. They're talking about Travis Kelce, by the way. And great player. And good for him. They look like they're really happy, really, really happy. So good. Good for them. We've got a great podcast today. Really, really good podcast today. Danielle Cummings from the Syracuse Diocese is here, and she's going to talk about the settlement with the victims of abuse at the hands of priests and other things regarding the Catholic Church. She's great. She's a longtime personal friend of mine. Her husband is Dan Cummings, of course, from Channel 9, also a longtime personal friend. So we'll talk to her. And Brian Zalick is going to come here. There's a big fundraiser Sunday at the Dino that my boy's involved in, right?
It's going to be good. Well, yeah, we get, I would say, 50 to 60 requests for benefits a year.
Do you really?
And we can't do them all. We can't. It's just impossible.
No.
So we kind of pick and choose ones that are close to us, and obviously anything to do with first responders, or military.
Yeah.
We always say absolutely. And a lot of the times it's logistics. People, they say, "Oh, we can have a band at our benefit," and it's great. But
where's the power?
You got to have a PA stage, stuff like that. Yep. It just becomes a thing, and then.
Yep.
But these guys have put together an afternoon. There's 3 bands. Wizard Sound. I was mistaken. Wizard Sound is donating the stage and all of the PA equipment. That's John Arago, great local guy. They're doing that whole thing, and then 3 bands have donated their time, including us.
Right.
And it starts at 1:00. It's all day long. Now, this is how big this event is. Normally they've sold 600 tickets, and these special tickets get you in with food and beverage, but it also is your raffle ticket, and they give away $40,000 of cash. This year they upped it to 700 tickets.
Right.
So those are all sold out. But, however, if you want to come and see the show, eat Dinosaur BBQ, drink the beer or the wine, all day long.
Yep.
It's $40 at the door.
Like I said,
And we'll talk
I
about
can
that.
eat $40 worth of Dinosaur in 10 minutes.
So after you're done watching the Giants on
Yep.
Sunday afternoon, because they got the first game,
Yep. Redskins.
then you come over and you hang out with us, and we're gonna destroy the outer portion of the Dinosaur BBQ.
Yeah, and I would recommend people set up a nice little chair over in Clinton Square, and they'll be able to hear you perfect.
That's exactly right.
That's what I would do, because it's going to be loud. Oh, it's going to be loud.
It's a loud thing.
But it's going to be good. Really good. And we're going to talk to Anthony Tringale, too, from Eat New York, Eat NY. He ate his way through the fair, and we're going to talk to him about that. This is going to be a good one. Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Hey, joining us on the pod now, we're very happy to welcome in the treasurer of the Firefighters Cancer Foundation of New York, Brian Zalick. How are you, Brian?
I'm good, gentlemen. I'm good this morning.
Before we start, what is the Firefighters Cancer Foundation of New York?
So we're an organization started 11 years ago that wanted to assist career firefighters with some bad results, some bad news at a doctor's office, be able to provide some resources to maybe guide them down that track. Another side of the coin to maybe do some preventative work, whether it be smaller municipalities that may not be able to, I don't want to say afford, but may not be able to provide all of the, let's say, modern day equipment and safety needs that a firefighter would need to do. And we try to assist all those municipalities in the state.
It's awesome. So you guys are having a big fundraiser with my boy Bill Ali and his band, right?
I cannot wait to hear those guys again. But yeah, this Sunday, September 7th, it's our 11th annual fundraising event.
What's it all about? Tell me, lay out the whole thing for me.
So what we do is we get a city permit. We close down Willow Street, which is right in front of Dinosaur. So we close it down from 1 to 7, and we just have a big party. We sell 700 tickets, so it's kind of limited. A lot of cash prizes get involved with that ticket. Dinosaur food is provided with that ticket, and what's nice, all of the we'll just say adult beverages are for the day are also part of the ticket, and those are kindly donated by all local bars and restaurants in the area.
Unbelievable. So it's $40 and you get to eat dinosaur.
Yeah, now the main ticket was $100. You get in there with 2 people, but they sold out of those, and that's the ticket. That ticket's the big ticket where you can win the cash prizes. Yeah. They sell those out.
That's
Brian,
correct.
you said normally you do 600, but this year you did 7 because of the turnout.
Well, the turnout, and obviously, like anything else going on right now, prices are going up everywhere.
Yeah.
So we wanted to just try to add some more tickets for more revenue to help reflect some of those increases.
$40. That's outstanding.
Now, if you just come to the day of, go to the door, pay $40, you can party with us all, and you're doing it for.
You need $40 a dino in like 10 minutes. I know. So that'll be good. What do you guys? You guys gonna play a lot of Neil Diamond and Frank Sinatra?
We're gonna do an adult contemporary.
I think you'd disappoint some people.
Everybody's going to be amped up. It's first day of football.
Yeah, nice. Really, it's great.
It's going to be a great day on Sunday.
Yeah, it is. And it's outside, though, right? It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's outside. We have a big tent that will cover, big 40 by 100 tent that people can be, getting out of the sun. If it's a sunny day, which we're hoping, obviously, they can eat their food. We have some nice cocktail tables sitting out there so that, that people that are enjoying their beverages, they can be out enjoying the sun, listening to music. So it's a great event. We have so many people to thank for this event. TJ Sheehan, they're a big part of it. Waltz Automotive, if they don't allow us to use their lot, this doesn't work. Dinosaur, obviously, and there's so many more people.
It's awesome. It really is, because it's for a great cause. And I think people realize that after 9/11 and what happened to firefighters who not only died in all the collapses, but what happened afterwards, the people who were helping out on the site, the numbers of cancers and things like that. So I think the awareness certainly is there, and what has happened. And now people understand a lifetime, even volunteer firefighter, your health is definitely affected over the long term. And volunteer firefighters tend to be, older on the back end than a regular guy, as you would know better than me. But boy, I think people understand now why this kind of thing is so important, Brian.
Absolutely. I agree.
Chapter 11 at 1 o'clock, the Party Sharks at 3:15, and Scars and Stripes at 5 o'clock.
And blow the roof off.
We're going to kill it.
It's a good thing there's no roof.
That's right.
I think it's outside, Brian. I'm telling you right now, these guys get loud with Diamond. Neil Diamond.
Yeah, big time.
We look forward to it.
Outstanding. Brian, thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. We'll see you there.
All right.
See you soon.
Very happy to have an old friend of the program on the pod today. It's Danielle Cummings from the Catholic Diocese of Central New York. How are you?
Very good, Jim. It's great to be here.
It's
Old
great to
friends.
have you. Yes,
Yeah.
it's great to have you. And unfortunately, we have to talk about bad things, and that's the settlement, which is a good thing, with the victims of abuse from priests in the church that everyone knows all about. It's a huge amount of money. And I guess the difficult thing now, and I would never want to be in the position of having to make this decision, which is who gets what, right?
Right. Yep. It's very difficult, and we don't have anything to do with that either. And by that, I mean the Diocese of Syracuse. So the process and the plan calls for a claim reviewer to be an individual who looks at each and every claim and basically give it a ranking of what dollar amount the extent of the abuse will result in for that individual. It sounds cold and just feels odd.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful that I'm not a part of that process.
Yeah,
But
no question.
Yeah.
It's I can't. So they have to go through all the files, and they have to determine. They have to read what happened. They have to. Oh boy,
yeah,
not
so
me.
and each and every claimant, and I've been doing this a long time, Jim.
Yeah, I know.
And I've had the privilege and honor to work with a lot of people who have been harmed very, very severely, who find their way to tell their story. And, when it came to the window opening up, I think it allowed people to say, okay, I'm not alone. So there's a good part to that. I'm not alone to this pain, and I'm going to tell my story. So the claimant has to read each and every story, which I too have done that.
Ugh.
I've read all of those, and I have over the years, and I've met them and I've walked with them, and they're incredible individuals. So this is painful. It's the darkest chapter of the church, and this should be done. And I'm glad we're at a point where we're actually providing some right reparation to those who've been harmed.
Yeah, you can't make up for what has happened, but
No.
this is the way that we've chosen to do it. So I will tell you, frankly, that this is what drove me from the Catholic Church,
I
and
know. Mhm.
others too. I'm sure. It's awful. It's an awful thing. So we move on from this now, Danielle, and we have a situation now in the local diocese where the bishop has to hold mass for two churches, right? Because we're so short now of priests. Is that right?
Three. Actually, he's
Three.
doing it for three churches in Baldwinsville currently.
Wow.
There's a little bit of I think, a twist in the storytelling of it. He actually had been pastor at St. Margaret's. So this is a new
Oh,
that he has stepped up, and he's pastor of St. Mary's Shrine. He is a guy who rolls up his sleeves and says, let's get it done. He doesn't shy away from work. He's a pastor first and foremost, and that's where his heart is. And we joke a little bit together about that. So when he came with the idea of when this situation came to light, where Father Joe O'Connor was asked to be vice rector of a seminary, and it was agreed that he would be allowed to serve in that capacity for the greater good. It's like, well, it's after, our normal announcements and appointments are on July 1st. So what do we do with three parishes and, oh, by the way, a school, St. Mary's Academy?
right. Yeah. Right.
And the bishop said, I'll do it. And I'm not saying anything I didn't say to him or anybody else. I said, you can't do it. You can't. You're a bishop. You've got too much to do.
Exactly.
And he said, no, I can do it, because we're blessed to have an associate pastor there who's newly ordained, Father Ben Schrantz. We have Father Tom Ryan, who many people know from Tip Hill and from Fayetteville, who stepped up and said, I'll help out. And then we also have help from various retired or some of our Jesuits. But you're right. I mean, Jim, this puts the spotlight on where we are as church today. And we don't shy away from that topic. We have been talking about pastoral planning, which is what the term is for bringing faith communities together to have thriving parishes with fewer human resources. And in that regard, I am speaking directly about priests. But the underlying silver lining to all of this is it does require and invite input and responsibility and leadership from lay people. And so we are seeing and we're training more and more what we call parish life directors, who are lay people, people like you and me, who are trained in running the parish. And the priest is actually able to be in a parish and do the sacramental aspect of the parish instead of being the guy that does all of it, right? The
Right.
business stuff and the, frankly, maintenance. I mean, things that they like and things that they don't like, right? So we're filling in the gaps with a model that, has always been our call. I mean, by baptism, I'm called to do that. The structure wasn't set up that way in the beginning, and now, we're being seen, we're being forced, if you will, and we haven't been. This isn't new. It's just that the rubber's hitting the road right now.
Yeah,
The
and
numbers are getting less and less, but
right.
this is new, and we should be doing what we're doing. And I think our greatest challenge at this point is uh, working with those who are very used to practicing their faith in the way that they practice it and not having to change.
Right.
One thing that I say that the local Catholic Church, it's probably true around the country, is we were really good at parochialism, right? Parochial league,
Yes.
we had great pride. It's our church. It's not, you can have two churches right next to each other. And we had a certain pride about it. Well, society has changed, and we have to focus on what's the focus. It's Jesus Christ, and we're going to have to make some changes, and it's okay. Ends up being okay. And for folks who have gone through the process, we have a pastor in Oneida who's worked with 6 communities. It's thriving. People are thrilled to see their churches full again, and to see a myriad of people, young, old, alike, ethnic. In my own church on the south side, we have a growing Spanish community that is bringing the life into the church that used to be prior to, I'm not as old when it was, at its hub, but I still had full groups, but it's waned away because it's on the south side of Syracuse and people get nervous and all those kind of things. And now we're seeing this new life, and it's pretty darn exciting.
Is that
So,
St. Lucy's?
no, St. Anthony's.
So St. Anthony's. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay, nice. Well, the eternal struggle, of course, is trying to attract young people, right? To keep the church vital in that way. And I guess one way that it helps to do it is if lay people do have more of a say, at least in their local parish. You're never going to have any kind of a say outside of that. But if you can affect your local parish, I mean, that gives people a sense of community when they feel like, they're listened to.
Right.
I think that has always been a problem, that the Catholics don't feel like they're listened to. And so if you do it on a local basis, that's the way to go about it, parish by parish, I guess.
Yes.
And it seems like they're trying to do that. It seems like, the new Pope seemed to be, someone that young people really liked, and that's important. Americans tend to think the Catholic Church is America, and it's not. It's not, of course. We're
Far
just a
from it.
a little piece of it. And so he's liked, it looks like, all over the world by young people, and I guess that's a good start.
Well, and it started with, Pope Well, I think for youth, it started with Pope John Paul II, but
Absolutely. Yep.
Francis put a different window to it and was accessible. And I think Pope Leo is following in his footsteps. And it's all about making it relevant. I think if I can talk in general terms, having, I have those 20-year-old children myself,
Yep.
They're not attracted to institutions,
No.
right? So
Right.
they're attracted to what is relevant to me. And when you have a parish setting that does exactly what you're talking about, what do you care about? What are your concerns? How can you be involved? Those are the ones that have the larger, youth represented there. And I think that is the way that we are moving. And the other thing that I think people get concerned about is, oh, we may be smaller. I'm one that doesn't think smaller is a bad thing. I would rather have a smaller congregation who is coming to church because they want to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. They want to practice their faith with others. They understand the mission and they want to bring it forth. Then maybe in the day when we went to church and it was almost like a time card and you stamped the clock and it was an obligation.
Yes.
So, we believe very much in walking with people, accompanying them, and helping them be, and this is church lingo, but disciples of Christ, doing what Jesus asked us to do, which is pretty simple But for whatever reason, we humans make it really hard.
Yeah,
So,
really, really hard. Danielle, thank you so much for being on the pod today. We'll continue to keep in touch, of course, via social media. And anytime that there's something that comes up in the Catholic Church, I know that you're welcome to come on here anytime. So I appreciate seeing you again, of course. And
Maybe next time something positive, Jim.
I feel pretty positive about
Maybe.
it. You know, if you can't talk about difficult things and
right.
That is true.
feel about it and
That's
have
right.
solutions, then
I mean,
that's
you've had it's been a rough month for the Catholic Church.
Yes, it has.
Especially what happened
Well, it's
in
been a
Minnesota.
rough year, and even more. So
you dealt the stuff, and I'm sure there's local implications to that too, because everybody mourns locally and stuff. So it's
the
and
shooting, very much so. We're
terrible.
yeah,
horrific, and we have been around long enough that we know that's not a Catholic thing. It just happened to involve a Catholic community right now.
And both my kids went to Catholic school, so I can imagine, what happened. It's just awful. Awful.
Yeah, but one of the most beautiful things that I'll end with is over the weekend, we received a letter from the Jewish community to the Catholic Church just saying, we're praying with you. You're not going through this alone. Those kind of actions, they speak volumes. It just
love
shows
that.
how resilient we are. Yeah.
Love that. That's what we need. That's what we have to have. I love that. All right, Danielle, thank you.
Thank you.
Great
Have
to
a great
see you.
day.
Very happy to have on the pod once again from Eat Local New York. Anthony Tringale is here, and I'm laughing because I watched all of your stuff from the fair. Man, you ate some stuff.
Yes, I did. Too much stuff.
Yeah, boy. What would you say was, Anthony, I don't want to say, your favorite thing, because that's what did you not enjoy?
That's a good question. Oof. Oh man, now I'm blanking. I'm on the spot. There's a couple things I didn't enjoy. I went to this place called Soul Brothers Tacos. Their second year in business. I only did this at this one place. I bought one of everything on their menu.
Wow.
And yeah, the like 6 people in line behind me were not happy I did that. But I bought one of everything on their menu, and I basically did that as a way to find the one great thing.
Yep.
Which wound up being my favorite thing at the fair. But the 3 other things were kind of duds. Like they did a walking taco, which is fine. It wasn't like the ground beef and it wasn't seasoned. So it was like the whitest food you could ever eat in your life. From a place called Soul Brothers Tacos. But then I got to their mac and cheese, roast beef, and cabbage bowl that was incredible.
Oh, yeah, that does sound good. Wow. Now, there was some stuff that you're expected, right? Almost expected to try because they were the new things at the fair, and I saw that you did that and made me want to watch and eat every single one of them. But of the new stuff, what would you say was the most popular?
The brand new things, honestly, the Limp Lizard chicken wing flight. It's not like crazy over the top. Like, Limp Lizard hasn't been there in like 2 decades, I think. So they were like returning, new vendor. But the chicken wing flight was $5. You get 5 wings, 1 of each sauce. And
That's great.
Yeah, I know. And they were good. It was their smoked wings. The sauce, they had this wet lemon pepper wing that was my favorite.
Oh man, that sounds good.
do they have that on their menu?
I don't know.
No, he rolled it out just for the fair.
Wow.
And it was funny. Nick was like, he would FaceTime me a couple times of people that were coming up and like they bought 10 wing flights and they were like, we saw you on this dude's post. And then he would FaceTime me from the thing and be like, oh, look, he's right here. I know him.
Wow.
Of all the brand new things this year, I'd say that was probably my favorite that I just kept going back and getting.
For me, the most overrated thing was the cream puff.
Ah, okay.
I
heard
just,
explain why though.
I didn't have the cream in it. Just didn't.
Mm.
It almost had like I don't want to say sour because it's it just had a different taste than what I thought.
Okay.
The rich and creamy cream for me.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just got a bad batch of cream puff.
Because your recommendation scared us away from it. We didn't get it.
I just didn't.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to.
Yeah, it had quite a buildup, and I think a lot of the new stuff had quite a buildup.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I tried that cream puff on Media Day, which is the Tuesday before the fair opens, and it was like my first official thing because they like had one for me, And, you know, from what I had, it was really good. I mean, it wasn't like, like if I went to a bakery and they gave that to me, I'd be like, okay, I probably wouldn't make a video on it. At the fair, I was like, all right, this is really good.
Yeah.
But it is also different when you're getting something made where like they're making it because they know it's media versus like, you
Mhm.
know,
Absolutely.
Right.
No
it's
doubt.
just Bill,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it's just Bill.
Just Bill, just me.
Just all good old me.
So,
But you know, I'm gonna say this. I did devour it.
yeah, I'm sure you did. Now, the one thing I noticed, and I hadn't been to the fair maybe in 3 years, 4 years. Holy cow, Restaurant Row looks nice. I mean, there's a lot of places now that look really good at the fair, as opposed to in the past, it was, so you had some nice areas, but the most of it was not really nice. Everything is nice now. I was really happy about that.
Well, you haven't seen the new buildings then, probably. If
No.
you haven't gone that, it's
Well,
been that
I
long.
think the Empire. Well, yeah. I mean, I had seen that.
because they rebuilt a lot of those restaurants at
Maybe
Restaurant
last year.
Row.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it looks really good. Really good.
Like-
I was impressed. And the food actually looks good. It's just, I know people are going to say it, and it's the truth. Even for a fair, it's a little bit pricey. Some of the stuff was up there. I mean, $20 for that fruit cup Dubai chocolate thing. $20.
I know, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, it's expensive. I mean,
Do you buy your stuff, Anthony? Do you have to pay?
it varies, you know, like there's some places I get up to and like I always go expecting to pay.
Yeah.
There are some places that reach out to me ahead of time, like Fair Deli is one of them, you know, where Zach's like, hey, will you come out and try the food and make a video on the stuff you like? And then I'm just standing there and he's just handing me after the other. So in those cases, I don't pay. I'd say I paid for like 80% of the stuff that I reviewed,
Okay.
you know, so to speak. And if I didn't pay for it for the video, then I went back later. Like my wife and we take our son and my in-laws on like the last Sunday of the fair. And so the places that gave me food for free for the video, I'll go back and like buy the food
Yeah.
that we'll eat.
Yeah.
You know, which means I spent $40 on 12 donuts at Pete's. But
All for the love of the game,
That's right,
Anthony.
man. Love of the game. Now, the maple donut looked really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Was it that good?
yeah, they like melt in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now
I've never had a donut like that before.
the fair is known for. You walk through the fair. There's prime rib sandwich after
Yeah.
prime ribs. Do you have a favorite prime? I do. Do you have one?
Oof, man, that's tough.
I like Bosco's.
That's
frankly.
mine. It'll be mine.
Yeah, so Bosco's was interesting. I got a DM on the first day of the fair and it wasn't from this person. It just said, go to Bosco's and ask for Elaine. And so like a week into it, I went to Bosco's, I asked for Elaine. Elaine walks out. I have no idea who Elaine is or who Bosco is. Elaine walks out. You're here. I'll be right back. And comes back with like a tray of food. And it was the prime rib sandwich, the shrimp skewer, and then
Potatoes O'Reilly. Yep.
the potatoes O'Reilly were my favorite. I'd say
Yes.
top 5 favorite thing of the fair. That with a ton of
Yes.
vinegar, perfect. The prime rib sandwich was good. It wasn't my favorite. You
Okay.
know,
Yep,
it was
fair
just
enough.
missing something. You know, but as prime rib goes, it was cooked fine. It just wasn't my favorite.
Excellent. I like the potatoes O'Reilly. I put them
Yeah,
top 5
that's-
fair food
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Steve and the people at Bosco's they're great. They're great
Yes.
people. And I get to we have a great time. Jimmy and I play acoustic there every
Right.
year, one gig, and it's between them, Kiki's and Pizio's get together and do the music in that little courtyard there,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
it's great.
So what's ahead, Anthony? The fair's behind you now, and you're going to have to probably go in a sweat box for a while and get rid of some of that toxin. And so, what's next for you?
You know, we're doing 2 things. One, I'm going to start spending some time in the Southern Tier with a place that I just haven't been a whole heck of a
Yep.
lot.
Speedies.
Yes, I love
Binghamton Speedies.
Yeah. So we're gonna spend a lot of time in the Southern Tier. I'm also, you know, Canadian goose season so I've gotten into hunting this year. Canadian goose season just opened up on September 1st, and I went out hunting with an outfitter out of the Finger Lakes. And the plan is go hunting, get that wild game, bring it back to a chef, and film cooking videos with them preparing.
Oh, man, that is
idea.
awesome. That's awesome.
So
That's a great.
I was
I've never had Canadian goose though. I've heard it's a little gamey. That's what I heard.
I had it. Yes, Monday was my first time ever going hunting and like killing an animal in my life and then processing it. And here's the trick: you breast out the goose, you soak it in coffee in your fridge for a day, and it pulls 100% of that gaminess out of it.
Man.
And then I butterflied it and treated it like chicken fried steak. Flour, eggs, panko, pan fried, and then a quick mushroom cream sauce in the pan. You couldn't if I didn't know what it was, you would not have been able to convince me I wasn't eating a lean steak.
Wow.
Wow.
Great.
Did
I
you
love
try
that.
that ostrich burger by any chance?
I did.
I couldn't bring myself to tried. There was a different wild game vendor at the fair last year, and I tried something from them and I got sick from it. And when if I don't know the chef or the restaurant, I'm not going to get too adventurous.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yep.
Especially at a place like a fair.
Yeah,
exactly. And that was a question I was going to ask too. I mean, do you worry about stuff like that, especially at a fair? I mean, a restaurant, not so much. A fair, and
So they're held to such an incredible standard at the fair because every eyeball from every department is on them. And they're, I mean, they might be a little bit more lenient in the restaurant. At the fair, no way. Like you get held so in just overall health regards, like food safety, I feel more confident at the fair than I would necessarily at like a restaurant, because I know that every day the health inspector's there, they're getting checked, and they get fined like crazy if they're off,
Yeah,
So
that's true. Yes, absolutely.
So I like that part of it. But when it comes to like the more adventurous things like ostrich, I'm just like, dude, I don't know where you're from. Inflatable chicken on your truck. I definitely don't trust the ostrich.
Well, back in the
Tell me
day,
you go ahead, Bill.
we did this show when we were doing the show. When we were on terrestrial radio. Remember back in the day, the guy that had the alligator?
Yes. Yep.
He would bring it in for snack of
Yes,
the day.
yep.
And it would always sit there.
Yeah. I would always have one.
Yeah.
The alligator, I didn't mind. The kangaroo was okay. He brought that. He was a county employee too, and I saw him when I was working for the county. Guy was good stuff. But like you said, yeah, I'm not eating an ostrich burger from a truck. I'm just not.
In a parking lot.
All right, Anthony. As always, it's been fun, man. So when you start these new adventures, let us know, and we'll have you back.
I will. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Great
it.
to see you.
See you later.
Now I'm hungry. See, talking to Anthony, I'm starving now. So, did you see his stuff? I watched every one of his.
I watched
things.
a few of them. I definitely watched the with the governor and senator.
Yes. Yep. I forgot to talk to him.
It was
about
kind of funny, but Schumer was like, "Why am I eating this stuff?" when he was eating the Tully's tenders.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man, and I love his stuff. It's really well done, and he's really good at it, and knows what to talk about, and it's great. It's my favorite podcast right now, and I don't really listen to very many, but I watch his, so and will all the time. I love that we're doing that. You're doing that fundraiser. I think that's awesome. It's going to be fantastic.
You should come out.
I might.
Stop over.
I might not. When is it? Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah, maybe we will. I know
Stop
my
over.
girl will want us to, so.
Yeah, she likes to go out. You don't.
Yes, I don't.
That's like this house too. She likes to go out. I don't.
No. But, we might. Especially I can get $40 worth of Dino in 10 seconds.
Did you find some good out of the football game on Saturday?
Yeah, because after, they got down, then they played them even the rest of the game.
Yeah, that 3 minutes was their downfall. That 3 minutes before the end of the half.
You could tell that Tennessee has better players.
They're a national championship
Overall,
caliber
right,
team.
Yes. So you could tell. Now, so there's your one measuring stick, okay? Tennessee. Now here's your other measuring stick, right? Connecticut. Okay,
Right.
They're not very good.
It's the opposite end.
Yeah, now Syracuse is only up by 6.5 points, but that has more to do with betting and all Vegas and all that stuff. They should win by more than 6.5 points, let's put it that way. But we don't know because you haven't really seen them yet. Going against Tennessee, your opening game is very difficult. Now we're going to see them against an opponent that's probably closer to, them in level of play. So this will be a nice measuring stick. And then they have a win the following week. Is it Colgate or something?
Yes.
Yeah. So, they'll win that. And then now we'll see after that. So, you still have a good season ahead of you, especially if you win the games that are coming up that are very hard. And there are very hard games coming up. I mean, Clemson and They've got Miami right this year, and it's just it's
The
a
ACC is always
so hard, and
difficult.
it's go so hard this year. Their schedule's so tough, but you want to play against the best. So
It was nice seeing Alabama get killed.
yeah. Well, here's the thing about college football now, and so I had a very quick discussion. Somebody said, what happened? Whatever happened to playing like 4 patsies? Well, you can't do that anymore because strength of schedule is one of the most important things now. They bumped that up to being very important. You saw number 1 face number 3 in the first week. That never happens, ever. You would see that in like week 8, not week 1. So college football, from that standpoint, completely different now. Completely different. You got to play a tough schedule, and you got to win. And if you don't, you're out. Even though there's 12 teams now, it's hard. Very hard. So
You got to go undefeated.
pretty much. And even, last year was at Florida State, right? Went undefeated and didn't get in.
Right.
And then they just waxed one of the people that did get in. So that was a revenge game. Wow. Yeah, it's exciting. It is. It's going to be exciting from week 1 now in college football. Now we get the NFL coming up this week. When's the first game? Is it Thursday? Or
Thursday.
It is Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. So can't wait. We're big baseball fans too, and you are.
Yep.
Shalene and I are. We're Yankee fans, and the Yankees are doing great right now, but they have 2 big series right now going on. So very exciting time. NFL starts. Baseball's in the playoffs. You start hearing about the NBA a little bit. I'm a huge NBA fan. Some people are not. I love it.
The Giants are going to be exciting.
I think so. I think they'll be exciting to watch. I'm not sure they're going to, be world beaters, but they're going to be exciting to watch for sure.
No, it's just not going to be that same old drab
No.
offense that you want to scratch your eyes out watching it.
I think my prediction, I think Wilson's going to get hurt week 3 or 4, and then we're going to see
The rise of Dart.
the rise of Dart, and he's going to be the future for sure. They already put him back up. Mariota's 3 now, so he's probably on the trading block. And then they couldn't bring back Cutlass because he signed with the Eagles.
Yep.
So no, the
No,
New England.
Patriots.
New
Patriots.
England, yeah.
Yeah.
So exciting stuff coming up. Now, what have you been watching? Because we haven't been watching anything.
So there's a slew of new stuff on Netflix, but the highlight is this catfish program. It's about these 13-year-old kids. That this happened a few years ago, right during close to pandemic time, if not right after it. But all of a sudden, one of the kids in this storyline start getting these messages that are just awful, and they're stalking, and they're coming at like 50 or 60 a day. They can't figure out who they're from because it's coming from like a burner number, unknown number, and it literally I can't say too much about it because I don't want to give it away. It's I think it's an hour and a half documentary.
It's a documentary?
It's a documentary, and all the players are in it. All the players are in it. Parents, educators, police, everything, and they go step by step of what happened. And that twist at the end, I sat there with my jaw open because I deal with this. You deal with this stuff with the
Yes,
phones.
you sure do.
It's a good time to have this on because the beginning of the school year with the phones. And I know as we're recording this today is the first day for some in CNY. My daughter goes to school tomorrow for the first day, so tomorrow will be her maiden voyage with the pouch and all that stuff.
Yep.
But it's how this ends up. You won't ever.
All right.
You won't ever.
Don't
get
say
it.
anymore.
You can't say anything. And I
No.
watched that, and I watched the Katrina documentary
Yes.
that Netflix has. I've watched them both, and they both complement. Watch them both because they both complement each other.
All right.
But the Netflix one is the best, and the best character on both of them. He's on both is the general that went into New Orleans and tried to help out, and he's no filter. So it's
Good.
just imagine an old Navy
Yep.
general,
No, he'd be probably a senior chief.
and it was
Salty, very salty.
very.
Yep, good. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. And along the same vein of the cell phone thing, if you want to watch Adolescence, go ahead. I mean, I can't watch it again, but it's
Yeah.
the same thing. And it's brutal. It's not a documentary, but it's based on a true story. So if you want to watch that, do it. It's extremely emotional. At least for me, it was. But This sounds really good, so we'll definitely watch it. What's it called?
Catfish is in the title.
Okay.
But it's whatever the school that it happened at, I think is
Okay.
is in the title also. But it was very, very, very well done, and you don't usually get all of the players. This was all of the players.
Okay.
All of the players.
Yeah, you don't usually. So here's another thing. This whole schools taking the cell phones away and putting them in pouches or wherever for the day, this could lead to a huge societal change for the better, because you get kids used to not being on their phones for 12 hours a day. Now you're weaning them off. So you get rid of all the freaking problems with social media, and that's the problem for adolescent kids and teenagers and even young adults is social media. That's the problem. It's because it now allows all the assholes of the world, pardon my French, a forum. Okay, that's what the internet has done. Every freaking asshole in the world now crawls out from under a rock and can get on the internet and say anything to anyone.
And here's the problem with kids today. And I deal with this firsthand with my daughter, who's 13 years old.
Yes, you do, and I did.
There's, because of social media and YouTube and all of this TikTok and influencers, kids put on a different persona
Yes.
than who they are
Yes.
on that phone.
Yes.
And that's
a huge problem.
That's the biggest issue, and I'm going through it with
That's why you're saying catfish. That's what it is.
Yep, but it's not who the kid that my daughter, the Aria, who is on her phone, is different than the Aria that
at home.
Yes.
Yep, and that's a problem. So if we can wean them, that'd be a good thing, a very good thing.
I think the cell phones are the worst thing in the world for that age.
Well, I was so resistant to even getting one for me, and now I'm addicted to mine. There's no doubt about that.
Everybody is.
And, I resisted for so long, but it becomes so much more than just a phone, and that's the thing, and that's what they wanted. And what about the watch? What about the
same thing?
watch?
So the same thing. It
goes in the pouch?
I don't know. Maybe you can't have them at all. I don't think you can.
I don't think you can have a smartwatch.
I have one. I don't use it that much, but
I think it said any device that can get on the internet.
We went into the phone and did a lot of parental controls on Aria's thing.
Yep.
You could shut it right down to the point to where you can have timed what she can use at what time. So she's big because of one of her things when she gets overwhelmed is listening to music. She's got to have Spotify. So I'm like that too. I was like that when I was a kid too.
No problem with that.
So on her phone, she can get to Spotify anytime she wants. Now we have it to where if you download an app, it has to have a special password that we know to download that app. So there's ways to get,
beautiful.
But still, these kids are smart and they'll find ways around it.
Absolutely.
We've already had to do with that.
There's like 6 or 7 ways to chat. More than that, probably.
Yep.
And that's running down all those is very hard. Very hard.
And I almost, and I'm 47 years old, and I almost feel like I'm the old guy, and I can't figure this stuff out anymore.
Right.
Because there's so much of it. There's so much of it.
And for them, it's like us growing up with the alphabet.
Yep.
For them, it's normal. Yep. For this generation, it's nothing to them. And for us, it's very difficult.
And everything talks to each other. The iPad talks to the iPhone.
Yeah.
The TV, they all talk to each other. I mean, I use my cell phone for the mixing board for my new Bose.
Do you really?
Is through
on
an
your
app.
phone? Wow,
through an app.
Incredible. It is. It's incredible. All right, that was a good one.
We're gonna have a big show next week. We finally got him back. We're gonna have the Congressman Mannion back next week.
Now let's always say scheduled.
Yes,
because sometimes things come up, and sometimes they don't want to talk about things that come up. So we'll see.
But this is
he's a good dude.
The first time that they've actually said, "Hey, we can come on at this time."
Excellent, love it. Take care of yourselves, okay? God willing, we're all back next time. Or we're all back at it next time. Either one.
Yep.
Here on the Jim Reith Show Unleashed podcast.